एकमात्र इच्छा है कि अपने मुख कमल से निकले हुए शब्दों द्वारा अपनी चेतना को शुद्ध करें। उनके चरण कमल में अनुराग ऐसे सिद्धि है जो समस्त मनोरथों को पूर्ण करते हैं। वो मेरी बंद आंखों को खोलते हैं तथा मेरे हृदय में दिव्य ज्ञान भरते हैं। जन्म जन्मांतरों में वो मेरे प्रभु हैं। वो प्रेमा भक्ति प्रदान करते हैं और अविद्या का नाश करते हैं। वैदिक शास्त्रों के चरित्र का गान करते हैं। हे गुरुदेव, हे प्रभुपाद करुणा सिंधु तथा पतित आत्माओं के मित्र, आप सबके गुरु एवं सभी लोगों के जीवन हैं। हे गुरुदेव, हे प्रभुपाद, मुझ पर दया कीजिए तथा मुझे अपने श्री चरणों की छाया प्रदान कीजिए। आपका यश तीनों लोगों में फैला हुआ है। जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की। His Holiness Guru Prasad Swami Maharaj ki. So we are so fortunate, so much blessed that today we have Maharaj among us. So Maharaj was born in USA, and in his early days he studies nuclear physics, and also he was materially also very intellectual and very much learner. Still he was disillusioned by material knowledge. So gradually he started his journey towards spiritual life, and he joined ISKCON mission, and he was initiated by Srila Prabhupada in 1976, and then he accepted sannyas in 1982. So he has been very actively involved in preaching Krishna consciousness in various parts of the world. He has been involved in opening new temples, managing different temples, serving as a GBC member. And also his focus has been in promoting the harmony among the devotees and how we can have clear communication, very nice warm communication, so that we can have proper relationship among the devotees and we can push on the mission of Srila Prabhupada. And he is currently serving as a GBC chairman. So and after His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he has been actively involved in preaching, inspiring devotees, guiding them, facilitating them. So we are really very much fortunate by the association of Maharaj ji. So today we would like to welcome Maharaj from the core of our heart by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. His Holiness Guru Prasad Swami Maharaj ki. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. So जो devotees इंग्लिश नहीं समझते हैं, इंग्लिश समझने में कठिनाई होती है, तो पीछे आ सकते हैं बैक साइड में, वहाँ पे हिंदी में ट्रांसलेशन होगा आप सबके लिए। बाकी डिवोटी जिनको इंग्लिश समझ में आता है वो यहाँ रह सकते हैं। और अपना मोबाइल फोन स्विच ऑफ कर दीजिए प्लीज, switch off or keep your mobile phone in silent mode so that you can effectively hear Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Kajajanandana Yashodanandana Kajajanandana Yamunatihira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kundabihari Radha Madhava Kundabihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamunatira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kundabihari Radha Madhava Kundabihari Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Bhaja Kacharya Ashto Darshasi Mara Bhaya Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Nitai Gaur Premanandi. All glory to the Sama devotees. Glory to Shri Guru Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya So today, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 32nd chapter, text number 20. No translation. Okay. So, Dakshinena Patayamna Vittilokam Brajanti Te Prajam Anupajayante Smashananta Kriyakata Dakshinena Patharyamna Vittilokam Brajanti Te Prajam Anupajayante Smashananta Kriyakata Dakshina Patharyamna Vittilokam Brajanti Te Prajam Anupajayante Smashananta Kriyakata Dakshina Patharyamna Vittilokam Brajanti Te Prajamanu Prajayante Shamshananta Kriyakata Dakshinena Patharyamna Vittilokam Brajanti Te Prajam Anupajayante Smashananta Kriyakata Dakshina Patharyamna bhajanti te Pradamanu bhajayante Dakshinena southern Pata by the path Ayamna of the sun Pritilokam to Pitriloka Bhajanti go they Prajam their families Anu along with Prajayante they take birth Smashana the crematorium Anta to the end Kriya fruitive activities Kito performing Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Such materialistic persons are allowed to go to the planet called Pitriloka by the southern course of the sun. But they again come back to this planet to take birth in their own families, beginning again the same fruitive activities from birth to the end of life. Everyone can please repeat. Such materialistic persons are allowed to go to the planet called Pitriloka by the southern course of the sun. But they again come back to this planet and take birth in their own families, beginning again the same fruitive activities from birth to the end of life. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, verse 21, it is stated that such persons are elevated to the higher planetary systems. As soon as their lifetimes of fruitive activity are finished, they return to this planet, and thus they go up and come down. Those who are elevated to the higher planets again come back to the same family for which they had too much attachment. They are born, and the fruitive activities continue again until the end of life. There are different prescribed rituals from birth until the end of life, and they are very much attached to such activities. Om Jnana-timirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshudum Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vichaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakata Ahyam Dalati Svapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastyatya Rishatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the last few verses have been speaking about materialistic people. This is a warning for the devotee. This is a warning for the materialistic person. This is lamentation. Why can I not just enjoy life? Sometimes people ask me, why did God create suffering? Why didn't He just make everything very nice? Otherwise, why doesn't Krishna conform to my intelligence? Atmavan manyate jagat. That everything should be according to my small atomic-like brain, and everything should fit into that conception. This is what most people think. Just like now, we're having the devotees are so much risk and danger in Bangladesh because of small-mindedness. The small-mindedness thinking, this is my religion. And even within the Hindu culture, no, impersonal is best. Personal is best. No. And of course we know personal is best. But Srila Prabhupada very intelligently in the 5th chapter, in one verse it speaks about transcendentalists, and Srila Prabhupada said this means either the impersonalists or the devotees. Because Brahmavadis, we don't have a problem with Brahmavadis. We have a problem with Mayavadis. Just like Dhritarashtra, he became a Brahmavadi. Even though he knew Krishna was the Supreme Personality of Godhead, still his level of realization was Brahman. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in explaining the different levels of devotees, that Prakrita Bhakta, Madhyam Bhakta, and Uttam Adhikari, he says that the Prakrita Bhakta, their understanding is on the level of Brahman. Brahmabhuta prasanatmana shochati nakangshati. Otherwise, they can understand up to the point of, if I situate myself in Brahman, then I won't have to lament and I won't have to suffer. And Madhyam Adhikaris come to the level of Paramatma. Although they may be worshipping Radha and Krishna. Therefore Srila Prabhupada said, we worship our deities like Lakshmi Narayan, even though it's Radha and Krishna. Just like here, we say Rukmini Dwarkadish, but it's actually Radha and Krishna. But we're worshipping them as Rukmini Dwarkadish. And because obviously Dwarkadish doesn't play a flute, so we must be worshipping Radha and Krishna. But we call them, because this is Dwarka, we call them Rukmini Dwarkadish. Only Krishna was given a flute only in Nava Vrindavan, when he was in Dwarka, and he began to feel so much separation from Vrindavan that it became a big subject of, debate. Should he go back to Vrindavan? No. And of course, Rukmini, Satyabhama, and others, they said no, because he may not come back. No. And others, Rohini, Baladev, they said yes, he should go. We personally see how much everyone is suffering in Vrindavan due to absence of Krishna. A big debate. So finally, they decided to take Krishna to Nava Vrindavan, especially because one day he was so overwhelmed with feelings of Vrindavan that he could not even get up from bed. And so they took him to Nava Vrindavan, and when he got there he said, "Where's my flute?" And they gave him a flute. But then he was walking around seeing all the figures, they were all statues. But in his ecstasy, he saw them as real people. And he thought, they're ignoring me because I've ignored them. I went away from Vrindavan, and now I've come back, and they're all ignoring me. They're just standing like statues. But then he saw Dwarka. Or on the other side of the ocean, he saw Dwarka. And he still thought this was the Yamuna, but where did that city come from? There was no city there. No, last time I checked, and then Balaram explained everything. Actually, the problem is this and that, and you fell into ecstasy. And then Krishna accepted, yes, I have to stay here for some time. But eventually he went back. So, here it says, interesting, Dakshinena, for the Aryamana, that this Pitriloka is situated on the southern side, meaning the downward side. Otherwise, it speaks of the sun. The sun is heat, and heat rises. So the sun represents illumination, it rising, it brings us up. But Prithvi Loka brings us down. And Srila Prabhupada emphasizes this in his purport, that they are simply interested, Kriya Vishesha Bahulam Bhogaishvara Katim Prati, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. They are interested in these activities. Yam imam pushpitam bhacham prabhadantya vipaschitaha. They're interested in the flowery words of the Vedas. Although Krishna warns us, Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Be careful with the Vedas. The Vedas are tricky. They mostly speak about the three modes of nature. So you have to be very careful with the Vedas. Therefore I'm speaking this Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna. This is the essence of the Vedas. Because otherwise most people, especially in Kali Yuga, Krishna was on the Tatastha, he was on the middle between Dwarka Yuga and Kali Yuga. So he was preparing Arjuna. And after his disappearance, Arjuna, he lost his strength. So these people, Veda Vadarata, Partha, O Partha, they're simply interested in Vedas Nanyat Vadina Astiti. They are Astinaha. They are only interested, they don't think there's anything beyond these Vedic rituals. Therefore in Krishna consciousness, although we perform some rituals, we chant mantras, we should understand the meaning. Not that we just chant these things, what to speak of the Mahamantra. No. We can't just chant the Mahamantra mechanically. Otherwise, we fall in this category. No. This is the danger. Then you will become attracted to material things. If the holy name, Namagara Sada Ruchi, if we are not feeling ever-increasing taste, just as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu promises us. If Chaitodarpana Marjanam, if you chant sincerely, your heart will be cleansed. And then Bhava Mahadvagni Nirvapanam. And then the gross things are taken away from the heart, and then the subtle impressions by, this is Bhava Maha, this is what keeps us in material existence. These subtle impressions on the subtle body. So they're taken away all, and then Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vidaranam. Then the auspiciousness begins. But if we're not chanting properly, then the gross desires will not disappear from the heart. What will happen is, as soon as you begin to chant, even if you start to chant sincerely, the dirty thoughts and ideas and habits will rise up within the heart, and they will take over. Unless you go deeper, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Srila Prabhupada compare the cleansing of the Gundicha temple to cleansing the heart. First you take away the gross, Chaitodarpana Marjana, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his own dhoti, he began with water, he began to wash the fine particles. Make sure everything is clean. Just like if you clean the floor, you can clean it and you can pass that's generally what people do. Then you take a rag on some, which probably nobody washed anyway, and you're just getting some old dirt and moving it around on the floor. But then if you go and take like a tissue and you'll see it's still dirty. You have to really cleanse it nicely. And so the same with the heart. Otherwise, we will fall into this, as it says here, these persons Krishna characterized, kamatmana swargapara. They're only interested in sense gratification, which of a better quality. A better quality. Heavenly planets, there's a better quality of sense gratification. But Srila Prabhupada said, you can eat something, you can take khichdi on a golden plate, on a silver plate, or on a paper plate. But it tastes the same. Otherwise, you can enjoy your senses on like paper plate, like we are right now. We get paper plate sense gratification. Or you can get some higher planet sense gratification, like a silver plate. Or you can go to Tapaloka and get some, very subtle mental sense gratification through mantras and. But to go back home, back to Godhead, you have to surrender to Krishna, especially in Kali Yuga. There is a process for ascending to Jaharloka, Tapaloka, Brahmaloka. It's studied in the second canto, it's explained. And then you can meditate on Paramatma. And if you understand that beyond Paramatma there is Radha and Krishna, or Lakshmi Narayan, you can enter into that meditation. But, as Krishna warns us in Bhagavad Gita, that even if one is a great yogi, if they're thinking about developing material powers, or by yoga becoming happy by understanding Paramatma, this is still, there's some subtle desire to enjoy myself, not to please Krishna. We have to come to the point of only pleasing Krishna. So, this is the fate of these persons, Janma Karma Pala. They want, Krishna recommends Janma Karma Chame Divyam. Absorb yourself in the Janma and Karma of Krishna. Not arrange your Janma and Karma so that you can get the fruits of that good birth. Janmaishvara Shuta Shribir Edamana Mana Puma. Queen Kunti says, good birth is dangerous. Also, Aishwarya, wealth is dangerous. Nadana, Najana, Nasundari. These things are all dangerous. And also, Shuddha, knowledge is dangerous. And Shribir, beauty or having wonderful qualities is dangerous. Just like I many times made the point, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he mentions 26 qualities of a Vaishnava. But 25 of them, anybody can have one or more. Many people are poetic. One of the qualities of a devotee is poetic. So was Shakespeare. So was he a pure devotee? No. And so many poets. Rabindranath Tagore, a great poet, but was he a pure devotee? No, he was fortunate enough to associate with some pure devotees, but it didn't stick. No, didn't stick. And friendly. No, many people are friendly. Many people are friendly to living beings. They go to Africa or India to try to save the tigers or save the lions or save the elephants, save the platypus, or whatever, some species in extinction. If we're not careful, then the brahmachari species will also be in extinction by the influence of Kali Yuga. So we have to protect our brahmacharis. Well, very friendly, and there are any one of these 25 qualities, but the Swarup Lakshana, the essential quality, is surrender to Krishna. If there's no surrender to Krishna, the other 25 are just nice decorations on a dead body, on a materialistic conception of life. So, it is our duty to inform these people of their, otherwise, swavad virahoshtrakarai, samstuta purusha pashu, that materialistic people worship the animalistic qualities of big leaders. Just like we see so many big leaders in the world, and they're all ready to fight. Nuclear war, I will overpower you. We will build up our military more and more. Just barking. just like Srila Prabhupada said, immigration is like barking dogs. Why do you come to our country? Why do you want? How much money do you have? Sometimes they ask this. India's a little better. They just kind of process everybody through. But you go to U.S., Europe. What do you want here? One time, first time I went to Guyana, which is at that time especially a very poor, country. And so the man, what do you want here? As if I was coming to settle. No. I said, I'm coming to visit the temple. Which temple? No. And like 10 minutes he was asking me questions. No. And I said, sir, I can assure you, I'm not coming to live in Guyana. No, I will only be here for 4 days. Let me see your ticket. Okay. No. So barking dogs. One time I was trying to get a visa for Armenia. So I went to the officer. He said, why do you want to go to Armenia? I said, oh, for tourism. He said, nobody goes to Armenia for tourism. I said, I want to take some books about yoga and meditation. Okay, but no tourism. No. Otherwise, if you've ever been there, it's not a very, very wonderful place for tourism or anything. Mostly goat herders and desert. And so he was convinced that I wasn't going for tourism. He was right. No. He gave me credit for being honest. I'm taking some books. Probably thinks whatever books you have, they'll help the people of Armenia. So these people, because what is the problem? As Srila Prabhupada says here, and well, he doesn't say it in this particular purport. He says it in previous purports. They don't want to hear about Krishna. No. They are not fit for advancing in devotional service or Krishna consciousness because they don't want to hear about Krishna. No. I think one of the verses even says that. They are averse to the nectar of the previous verse. They are adverse to the nectar of ye chatyuta kata, achuta kata. They don't want achuta kata. They want gramya kata. So, just like in the beginning of the second chapter of the first canto, one beautiful verse, Munaya Saruprishto Ham Bhavadbir Lokamangalam, that the Sutta Goswami is saying, oh, it's very nice that it's very good, sadhu is very good that Prishto, your questions seem very good because Lokamangalam, because they are made for the benefit of others. No, Yat Kuta Krishna Samprashno. Any question that refers to Krishna, Yatma Supasidati, it will please the soul. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur translates it as, it will give you real intelligence, not false intelligence of this world, how to manipulate matter, like scientists. One time Srila Prabhupada said, he said, Maya has two kinds of pure devotees, scientists and philosophers. Pure devotees of Maya. They're very expert. And so, yes, your questions are perfect. In that purport, Srila Prabhupada said, everyone is asking questions and answering them. And the first category is the birds. We think the birds are there just to entertain us, tweeting nicely, and oh, such nice sound. But they're actually asking questions. Prabhupada said they ask questions in the morning, and then again, they come back in the evening and ask more questions. And he said the business people in the marketplace, they're asking questions. One time Srila Prabhupada said, if you see two business people talking, you know that they are not speaking about Bhagavad Gita. Just like many times I go to a program, especially with Indian audience, and you see the ladies are listening and the men are in the back conversing, some business talk or something. After listening for about 10-15 minutes, they all walk out and talk about something that gives them some shakti, some amrita, But it's actually mritya. They're talking about mritya. As it says here, if you're absorbed in fruitive activities, but you're a pious person. Like sometimes devotees think that Krishna consciousness means to be a pious Hindu. If you're pious and you do things very nicely. One time in the first temple in Punjabi Bagh, it was just a garage. It was a house where the devotees lived, Suravi Swami, and then in the garage was the temple. So I was giving a lecture, and Prabhupada in the purport spoke about sex life. And she said, I don't know why Swamiji is speaking about that. I'm not interested in that. And so I explained that this is a subtle desire in the mind of every living entity until we're pure. And she said, not me. And her husband turned and said, shut up. Otherwise, you're not so pure as you're presenting yourself. So this desire is there in the heart. Until we learn to inquire about Krishna, then material existence will overcome us. Just like at the beginning of the 10th canto, it begins in the 4th verse, first chapter. Nivrittataya shayar upagiyamanad. That if you want to give up the thirst for material existence, you must take up this activity. Vavau shatach chotram mano biramat. If you want to really satisfy the mind, then ke uttama shloka gunanuvadat. Who would not glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Pumam birajita. Bina pashugnat. Only two kinds of persons. The animal killer and the animal killer and the killer of the soul. These people who are categorized here in these verses are the killers of the soul. Of course, you can't kill the soul, but meaning it kills the essence of the soul, the reality of the soul, which is to go back home, back to Godhead, to be Krishna conscious. It destroys that. They destroy that by their materialistic activities. So, and it says here, it refers to the 21st verse of the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Kshine punye martyalokam vishanti. After they have enjoyed in the heavenly planets, just like if you have some money in the bank, Srila Prabhupada gave this example. You have some money in the bank, but you just spend it. You don't put any more money in. You just spend your money. Then all of a sudden, one day, you will go to pay with your credit card or debit card. I'm sorry, sir, there are no funds. And so the same thing. Therefore, Mudgala, a Brahman, he refused to go to the heavenly planets. He was invited. He was very pious. He sacrificed so much for the pleasure of Durvasa Muni. And when the chariot came from the heavenly planets, he said, what is it like? They gave him all kinds of wonderful characteristics. He said, but one thing, is it permanent? No, almost. No, I'm not interested. And then a chariot came from Vaikuntha, and he this chariot I will take, because this is permanent. So Shreya hi preyas. If we want preyas, just like now we have like air conditioning, heating, preyas. It may be beneficial for our service, but we should not get too attached to it. It's like Srila Prabhupada said, when he took sannyas, he was staying in Fogal Ashram for some time, and he said the water was so cold in the winter, it was like nails on my head. It was so cold. I remember also first time I went to Fogal Ashram in January, and it was no hot water. You look at the bucket and you say, Hare Krishna. Very quick bath, very quick. But actually, after at least for 2 minutes, you feel warm, because after that freezing cold water, it feels warm outside. So that was actually a very cold winter also. It got below 0 in Vrindavan. So anyway, unless we take up Krishna consciousness, so this is our mission. This is our mission. Just like we see these posters, Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, speaking about the importance of book distribution. And now we are on the horizon of the marathon. Of course, many temples, they began 1 week, 2 weeks ago. We're just embarking on this special activity to please Srila Prabhupada, and this year especially dedicated to Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Dedicated, because he pushed book distribution. He captured that mood of Srila Prabhupada. Of course, all of our devotees, they understand this, but not everyone is fully dedicated to it. Not everyone. Some devotees more than others. But one thing, as I've mentioned many times, I saw about Gopal Krishna Maharaj, is that he looked at Srila Prabhupada, and whatever he wanted, that was his life. There wasn't anything else. Of course, every sincere disciple of Srila Prabhupada, they have that attitude. But I just saw, most devotees also, they may have some other, which is Krishna conscious, some other desire to perform bhakti in a different way according to Jiva Goswami or Rupa Goswami. Our acharyas give many options. Or someone may be very attracted to deity worship, and they specialize in that. But almost every day you would see Gopal Krishna Maharaj on the altar in Mangalarti. So he did deity worship. Prabhupada also did some deity worship, but it wasn't his main thrust. His main thrust was getting the mercy of Krishna's mercy to the fallen conditioned souls. And this is what we dedicate this month to. And that's our meditation. How can as many people as possible get Srila Prabhupada's books? And if they have one, that's why you always have to have, not just Bhagavad Gita, you have to have some other books. So I already got one. Okay, here's another one. You don't spare them. Because people will immediately say that, I already have one. Yes, okay, here's Teachings of Queen Kunti. Here is some other book, Nectar of Devotion. Here is Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Or if you're a bolder devotee, here is the Bhagavatam. I just happen to have a set of Bhagavatam right here. She's waiting for you. Has your name on it. I can see your name right here. So this is what we want to do. So therefore, for this particular marathon, we have some goals, for the devotees. And I would like to share those goals, whether you like it or not. So, of course, everyone will like it theoretically, but when it comes to execution, okay. So we have some highly suggested goals, meaning you should do it. Highly suggested means you must do this. So until they appear on the screen, I can begin. Oh, from here? I don't know how to do that. Okay. Okay, right here. You have that? Okay, here it comes. Get ready. There are different, this is the different groups. Each one has a goal. Book points pledge means how much are you going to do? So the first one, until it comes up here, I'll start because otherwise we'll get behind time. First one, ashray groups. They have a fairly 6 lakh. So, ashray is our main business, right? We're giving shelter to the living entities, so therefore that group has a big goal. And 0.6 lakhs. But if you can do 6 lakhs, better. No. The Sankirtan team, 0.2 lakhs. No. And you can also do 2 lakhs. No, there's no problem. Prabhupada said, the more zeros you put behind the main number, the better it is. No? So, sponsorship and CSR, no? 0.15 lakhs. And then Tuladhan, Darshanarthi, 0.09 lakhs. That's so easy, you'll probably be able to do at least double. No. Online and media, everyone is online. 0.08 lakhs. So I think that they could probably do more online. No? Everybody's online all day long. So I think you could probably do 3 times more, maybe. But this is like minimum, just like 16 rounds minimum. We don't think this is maximum. This is minimum. No. Then counseling team. You should counsel everybody, distribute books. And then, so 6,600. Matchless gift shop. No. It's 6,000. But if it's matchless, then you must do more. No. Matchless means you'll have to do more than 0.6 lakhs. Because it's matchless. No. You can't be over, you can't be. Then Sudama Sevaks, 5,000. ISKCON Youth Forum, 4,000. Oh, these young boys, they have so much energy. You know. Why only 4,000? No. Altar, 2,000. I would suggest dress the deities very beautifully and you can do more. No, definitely. No. Chandni Chowk, they're getting off easy. No. I'm going there today, so I will tell them, you have it really easy, so don't become too relaxed. 1,000. Gita Jayanti, 1,000. But of course, as I said, this is minimum because people should be so inspired that they should want to give more. Gita is what we're distributing. We have to give fuel to the Gita so that it will go out. Of course, the Gita is giving us fuel, but we want the cake delivery, 500. Laddu counter, 500. Kitchen department, 500. Just cook a little, put a little more ghee, and then you can increase that. Purchasing department, 300. That's because they're spending too much. So spend less, give more. And Bhagavatam speakers. Who? I didn't bring anything today, unfortunately. So. Now we go to ISKCON Dwarka Ashraya Group's book distribution. Pledge. Okay. Is that coming up? Next. So here we are, the Ashraya Group's book distribution pledges. His Grace Amala Krishna Prabhuji. Now what is this? 94? That means how many devotees are in this group? Yes? So 94 and plus, wow, you have 1,246 devotees. So pledge count 26,000 Gitas. And Hare Krishna. Again, this is minimum. No, we must remember this. Don't think this is maximum. His Grace Prashant Mukund Prabhuji. Jai. With all his shloka chanting, he has 325 devotees to enliven. No. And 8,000 Gitas. Oh. That's, about 20 Gitas per devotee. No. So that's, that's very, we know that's a minimum. We understand that. Then His Grace Sachipati Prabhuji.
Today he had gone for Katha.
Oh, okay. He has 163 devotees, so 6,000. They have a little more to do. They have like 5 Gitas. So, His Grace Archit Prabhuji with 160 devotees. Now wait, what happened to these devotees? Because in Sachipati Prabhu's group, with only 3 devotees more, they're doing 1,900 Gitas more. So Archit Prabhu, they must eat more halava.
Archit Prabhu Maharaj taken 35,000, na?
They have to take more halava,
He
and
promised
distribute more
35,000.
books.
We went to Samadhi, Vrindavan 2 days before. He promised.
Hare Krishna. His great Hari Rupa Prabhuji with 31 devotees. Now see, what's happening here? With 31 devotees, they're doing 10 apiece, and Archit Prabhu's group, they're doing 3 apiece. No, they have to definitely need some energy. Then Vaishnava Priyad Prabhuji, 93 books, 93 devotees, 2,500. They also need some energy. We'll have to buy some energy drinks for these devotees. Then His Grace Dayalu Govinda Prabhuji with 15 devotees. So here, what's Jai? Now here you see, here we have another mathematical, with the same number of books.
Actually, that is according to the number of initiated devotees also.
Oh, but it doesn't matter, initiated or not initiated. Because if they want to be initiated, they should do more books. Then Krishna will empower them. I was doing Sankirtan before being initiated, so same activity. Then His Grace Vishwambaramurti Prabhuji with 54 devotees, 1,200. Okay. His Grace Leelakant Prabhuji, 26 devotees, 700. Oh, okay. Other Ashraya leader. Is that the Ashraya leader with no name? 29 devotees, 700 books. His Grace Chanchalapati Prabhuji, 23 devotees, 700 books. His Grace her Grace Rupamayi Sita Mataji, by herself, has no help, and she's doing almost as many books as 23 others. Wow. my obeisances to her. And her His Grace, Abhutadev Prabhuji, with 4 devotees, 200 books. So total 2,310 devotees and 0.6 lakhs of books. Now, that means about less than 3 books per devotee. So I've been proposing a program of 1 book a week for even like the most distant congregational devotee. So at least 1 book a week, at least.
It's Maharaj 30 books.
Huh?
It's a 30 book per devotee. No?
Yeah.
2,000 multiply by 30.
So, this is very wonderful. I thank all of you for your pledge, and I hope that this is just to make sure that we do it. But we can do a whole lot more. This is just...
Total is coming 150,000. 140,000. This is only us, right? So, including everybody, it's a 1.4, 140,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
60,000 only for us.
Okay.
Yes.
So the others will go out.
Yes.
I wanted to recommend one thing for all the congregational devotees. That please, if you can do this, it will be very wonderful. Please buy 1 box of books. Every congregational devotee. You can give them out. If every congregational devotee, then we will do at least 2 lakhs or more. So, even if you don't have much money, take a loan, for 1 box of books. And this is my offering to Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. At least 1 box of books. If each devotee does this, then I think we can increase these numbers much more. And I used to do that. We used to do that for the students, especially the students in Mexico. I would get all the students together just before the beginning of the marathon. And I would say, so now you have your Christmas vacation. So take a vacation from Maya, and go out and distribute books. And everybody tried to get 1 box of books. How much is a box of Bhagavad Gita?
230.
Yeah, how much does it cost, 1 box?
7,400.
Huh?
7,400 total.
7,400?
1 carton.
1 cart. Okay. So, everybody can try to do this. Some people, of course, it may be a struggle, but then how much blessings will you get? How much blessings? In the second, there's a beautiful verse. We should all meditate on the 2nd canto. Trying to remember where that is. Not 2nd canto. Somebody who has a way to find it. I can't remember where I think it's in the 1st canto. Veda Paraga. Look up Veda Paraga and remind me which verse it is. Which it's in the purport. It's not a verse. It's in the purport. Just read this very, very beautiful thing about what the benefit you get if you become more Krishna conscious. Whoever has folio. It's in this verse? Okay, go to the purport, at the end of the purport. The very end of the purport. Here. Okay, here it is. Go a little bit down. Okay. If money is given in charity to a non-Brahmin, without Brahminical qualification, the money is returned in the next life in the same proportion. If it is given in charity to a half-educated Brahmin, even then the money is returned double. If the money is given in charity to a fully qualified Brahmin, the money is returned 100 and 1,000 times. And if the money is given to a Veda Paraga, one who has realized the path of the Vedas, otherwise Srila Prabhupada, it is returned by unlimited multiplication. So, if you give Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj this offering of at least one box of books, you're practically your path back to home, back to Godhead is opened up. That's the unlimited proportions. So, you offer to 2 Veda Paragas, no, not just one. So anyway, I think, okay, let's see here.
So Maharaj, you want to commit on behalf of all Ashram. He discussed with all Ashram now.
On all Ashram, on behalf of Ashram leaders, we commit one box each devotee will do now.
Right. Okay, there was something there, Maha books, 1 a day. Can we go back to that?
Maha books, wali nikalo. Form.
No, there. 1 Maha book a day. Think big, start small. No. 2 Maha big books a day, 5 Maha big books a day, 10 Maha big books a day. No. And yes, better to think like that last one. No. So if everybody can try to do this, no. Just there we have here book distribution marathon, and somebody's sitting there, so you can judge your how much you're worth by how many Bhagavad Gitas you can attribute to your weight. Now see, some people would think marathon time is a good time for diet. No. And then I won't have to distribute many books. No? So, but anyway, this is a wonderful, I like this the idea very much. You do your weight in books, no? And if you don't weigh that much, then you can wear some extra clothes or something. And wear a heavy jacket. Just like when we used to come to India in the 70s, because it was a big black market that time. So we would come and we'd wear jackets with many pockets and put watches and, cameras, watches, everything in the pockets. There was no screens at that time in the airport, no devices to detect metal. So we'd have watches and inside here and tape players and that's how you paid your ticket. So that's how everybody that came from the West, we had our pockets full of whatever I would wear like 10 watches on each arm. So you can't do that nowadays. But at those days, India was very in a poor phase, and there was no importation. There was only ambassador cars, no other car, and so maybe some imported big politician or something, but anybody else, ambassador. Srila Prabhupada had his ambassador, which is there in Mayapur. So anyway, we have this wonderful opportunity to please Srila Prabhupada, and then I'm going to today I'm going to make some, film some interviews, but just speaking about book distribution for the whole world, and also for India, some different ideas that I've had for ongoing book distribution. And then, hopefully, if we can do this, we can please Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Gauranga by doubling book distribution every year. This is how I've conceived that we can do it. So if it sounds logical to you, then when you see it, then everyone can contribute. It takes a minimal effort. And by this effort, every devotee will become a preacher, every devotee will read Srila Prabhupada's books more, every devotee will distribute books. And everyone who receives those books will receive a personal touch from the devotees that distributed them. And then people will feel much more enlivened. And they will take up Krishna consciousness more enthusiastically. So anyway, this marathon is so important to Srila Prabhupada, was so important to Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj, so important that he would go around. Unfortunately, this year I'm the chairman, I can't really go around, I have to do so many things. But otherwise I would be going around also to the different temples, trying to, especially the ones that are famous for book distribution, like Pune. I did go to Pune, and I spoke about, but some other temples. And then I think next year I will go to the temples that aren't, the ones that did less, I will go to those temples at book distribution time, and then try to encourage them to do more. Because the ones that did big, they'll automatically just try to carry over. But the ones that didn't do so well, then we'll try to bring them up and get everybody on the same platform. It would be very nice if the NCR could defeat the rest of the world. We have the potential to do it. So many big temples here, so many devotees, such a big congregation. We could actually defeat the rest of the world, just the NCR. A number of Bhagavatam sets, number of Bhagavad Gitas, number of Chaitanya Charitamritas. So let us make that the goal for 2025. If we can do it this year, better, but at least I will try to push that. The NCR takes on the world, and see what we can do. India will definitely defeat the rest of the world, but let's see if the NCR could do that. This is the majority of the wealth in India is right here in this area, the biggest quantity of wealth, and so we should not let it go for useless purposes. Srila Prabhupada said, that our business is to take back Lakshmi for Krishna. Otherwise people are trying to steal Lakshmi away, but she converts herself into Durga. And then they end up like this, like we're reading in the Bhagavatam. So let us eliminate these 6 pages of the Bhagavatam, meaning that it will no longer be applicable in this golden age of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It will only be applicable to this place afterwards, like after 10,000 years. Then this part of the Bhagavatam can again become meaningful. But let us make it meaningless for the next 10,000 years. This is how Srila Prabhupada thought. Srila Prabhupada said, "My problem is I cannot think small. I think big. This is my problem." So this is how we should think. We can see Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he also thought big temples, many temples. So let us keep that vision, let's keep that enthusiasm, that momentum of always doing more, and especially in book distribution. Because if we distribute so many books, then we will have to make more temples, but it will be natural, because the people will be looking for those temples. We don't have to go out and start a temple and then try to find the congregation. The congregation will be begging us, please, because we distributed so many books, now there's 10,000 devotees in this neighborhood and there's no temple. And those 10,000 devotees can support the temple. So actually we are planting the seeds by which so many temples will come up. Just like in most Christian countries, there's a church about every 3 or 4 blocks. So we should have an ISKCON temple every 3 or 4 blocks. There's so many devotees that they will support it. And then all of us will have to go outside of Delhi and find people that don't have Prabhupada's books. That should be our goal. Everybody has books in Delhi, and therefore we all have to go out to the rest of India. And then when everybody in India has books, we'll go out to the rest of the world. Then when the whole world, as Prabhupada said, when everybody has Prabhupada's books, we'll go to another planet. Krishna will make the arrangement that we can go. Either we all take another body and all go together, and start up Srila Prabhupada's movement in Mars. Everybody wants to go to Mars for some reason. So let us go first. And then when they come in their spaceship, they'll see everybody greeting them, chanting Hare Krishna. So, thank you all very much for your enthusiasm and desire to push on the Sankirtan movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please Srila Prabhupada, please Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj, and please all the Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Prasad Swami Maharaj ki. So such an amazing lecture. तो कितने भक्त तैयार हैं बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के लिए? It's really horrible. So how many of you are ready? कितने भक्त तैयार हैं? हरि बोल.
हरि बोल.
So
I have a microphone.
और महाराज ने आशीर्वाद दे दिया, हमें ब्लेसिंग दे दिया आज कि दिल्ली एनसीआर पूरे वर्ल्ड में नंबर 1 में आएगा by the mercy of Maharaj. It will come. So Maharaj mercy will come true. So हम सबको बहुत मेहनत करना है, बहुत आगे आकर इस सेवा में लगना है. और महाराज ने हमारे लिए टास्क भी दे दिया आज. सारे भक्त को एक कार्टन भगवत गीता लेकर जाना है और उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है. वो मिनिमम है और उसके बाद हम और ज्यादा कर सकते हैं. तो क्या आप सब तैयार हैं? So we would like to express our gratitude to His Holiness Guru Prasad Swami Maharaj for kindly taking out his time despite his busy schedule. So we would like to express our gratitude to Maharaj by chanting Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. His Holiness Guru Prasad Swami Maharaj ki
Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Jai Gaur Premanandi.